Have you ever noticed that life is just one big game of why? Why do ants survive falling from skyscrapers, but we'd end up looking like a dropped iPhone? Why does chocolate sometimes look moldy, but isn't? Why does Louis Vuitton burn unsold bags like it's auditioning for a luxury barbecue? Today, we're diving into the weirdest, strangest, and most mind-bending whys that you've probably never stopped to think about. But now, you won't be able to forget. Stick around, because some of these are going to blow your mind, some will make you laugh, and a few will leave you wondering who on earth figured this stuff out in the first place. Why don't insects die after falling from a great height? If you drop me from a skyscraper, you'll need dental records to figure out who I was. But an ant? It walks away like it just finished a casual yoga session. Here's why. Humans hit terminal velocity at about 50 meters per second. Insects, just 1 meter per second. It's like the difference between a Formula One car and a tricycle. The slower the fall, the less damage. Plus, many insects come with wings, nature's built-in parachutes. Why are there more right-handers than left-handers? About 90% of humans are right-handed. But why? It's not just some cosmic joke. The left side of our brain controls the right side of the body, and that hemisphere is all about logic and consistency. Back in ancient times, those traits meant survival. So generation after generation, the righty code got written into our DNA. Basically, left-brained people survived long enough to pass on their genes, leaving the rest of us fumbling lefties in the minority. Why can't we detect our own body odor? Here's the good news. Yes, you do smell. The better news, your brain is too polite to tell you. Our noses get so used to our own constant scent that the receptors just give up. They stop sending the info to the brain, like, we get it. This guy smells like Doritos and regret. But if your scent changes suddenly, oh, then your brain perks up and says, wait, what's that? Why do men and women dream differently? Men's dreams? Full of fights, running, action scenes that look like a Michael Bay movie. Women's dreams? Conversations, emotions, more nuanced storylines, basically indie films. Why? Because our subconscious mirrors our waking psyche. Men's brains lean toward action, women's brains lean toward connection. And no, you don't get Rotten Tomatoes scores for your dreams. Why are Chinese inmates forced to play computer games? This one sounds fake, but it's 100% real. In China, guards in some prisons realized they could force inmates to play online games and farm virtual gold. Back in 2005, there were more than 100,000 so-called gold farmers. Inmates clicked away for hours, and guards sold the digital loot for real-world cash. Imagine, you commit a crime, and instead of breaking rocks, you're breaking pixels in World of Warcraft. Why does chocolate turn white? You open a bar of chocolate and panic. Oh no, it's mold. Relax, it's just fat bloom. If chocolate isn't stored properly, the cocoa butter rises to the surface and leaves a white coating. Gross looking? Yes. Dangerous? No. In fact, it's proof your chocolate is real, not cheap substitutes. So eat away. Why does Louis Vuitton burn unsold bags? This one hurts. Instead of discounting unsold luxury bags, Louis Vuitton literally burns them. Why? To protect their exclusivity. If you could grab a Louis Vuitton for 70% off, it would kill the luxury vibe. So, torching them keeps the brand valuable. Ironically, Louis Vuitton is also the most counterfeited brand in the world. Somewhere out there, a knockoff is living longer than the original. Why can horses sleep standing up? Because their legs come with a built-in lock system called the stay apparatus. Bones and ligaments interlock, so they don't need muscle effort to stand. Horses can literally nap on autopilot, which means the next time someone calls you lazy, tell them you're just horse efficient. Why haven't humans tamed zebras? Colonizers once thought zebras could replace horses in Africa. Disease-resistant, strong, perfect. Except zebras have one big flaw. They're jerks. Unlike horses, they stay in constant fight or flight mode. Corner one, and it'll bite, kick, or straight up kill a lion. Yes, zebras can kick lions to death. Suddenly, your pony ride idea doesn't sound so fun. Why are there lines on our palms? Those folds aren't mystical fortune maps. They're engineering. Palm lines let your skin fold without tearing when you grip or move your hands. Without them, holding a coffee mug would feel like trying to bend cardboard. Why do worms crawl out after it rains? For decades, people thought worms surfaced to avoid drowning. Wrong. Worms breathe through their skin and love damp conditions. Instead, rain gives them two advantages. 1. Migration. It's easier to crawl across wet ground than dig new tunnels. 2. Safety. Raindrops sound like predators tunneling, so worms freak out and evacuate. Nature's panic button. Why can't people breathe and swallow at the same time? Because we're over-engineered. Behind your tongue sits the epiglottis, a little flap that decides if something goes to your lungs or stomach. Try doing both at once and you'll choke. Babies can pull it off, but adults lost the feature during evolution. Thanks, progress. Why do runners crouch at the start? Before 1887, sprinters started standing. Then an American named Charles Sherrill watched kangaroos crouch before hopping. He copied it, crouched at the start line, and won his race. Judges hated it. Spectators laughed. But today, every runner owes their start to kangaroo inspiration. Why are newspaper articles written in columns? Back in 1650, newspapers were expensive. To cram in as much info as possible, publishers used tiny fonts. Columns made the text easier to read without having to turn the paper sideways like a map. And once readers got used to it, the style stuck, right up to your morning crossword. Why is it better to breathe through your nose in the cold? Your nose is a built-in heater. At minus 25 degrees Celsius outside, air warms to about plus 35 degrees Celsius by the time it leaves your nasal cavity. Mouth breathing, not so effective. So if you don't want lungs that feel like frozen peas, use your nose. Why does the brain react to emoticons like real smiles? Wasn't always a smile. Before emojis, our brains had no reason to treat symbols as faces. But now, we've trained ourselves culturally. See a smiley? Your brain fires the same way as seeing a real grin, which means your phone makes you happy until you see the bill. Why do people get the Darwin Award? It's a very dark honor. The Darwin Award is given posthumously to people who die from their own sheer stupidity, thereby removing their questionable genes from the pool. It's evolution with a laugh track. Why are zebras black with white stripes, not the other way around? People argue this endlessly, but science solved it. Zebras are black with white stripes, even in the womb. Black pigment dominates. The white is just absence of pigment. Basically, zebras are goth horses with natural highlights. Why are airplane black boxes actually orange? Because no one wants to search wreckage for something literally black. Black boxes are bright orange or red, shaped like cylinders or spheres. Easier to spot, harder to lose. So black box is really just a bad branding decision. Why are trees numbered in Germany? Because Germans. Every tree in public areas gets a number plate with its details, age, species, condition. That way, they can track care and prevent accidents. In Germany, even trees have better paperwork than most humans. Why does stress cause a lump in the throat? That tight feeling? Your autonomic nervous system is panicking. It widens your vocal cords to let more air through. But when you try to swallow, the tension feels like a lump. So no, it's not sadness. It's biology making you choke on your emotions. Why do we have bad breath in the morning? At night, saliva production slows, acidity rises, bacteria thrive, and boom, morning dragon breath. Sleep with your mouth open? Even worse. Add smoking, tooth decay, or poor hygiene, and you've got a chemistry set in your mouth. Why do scorpions have blue blood? Their blood doesn't use iron-based hemoglobin like ours. It uses copper-based hemocyanin. In contact with oxygen, copper turns blue. So yes, scorpions are basically walking around with alien smugged blood. Why are there no old houses in Japan? In Japan, houses lose value instantly after construction. Within 25 years, they're considered worthless and often torn down. Even shrines are rebuilt regularly. That's why Japan looks ultra-modern. The old stuff gets bulldozed before it gets charming. Why do dolphins sleep with one eye open? Because half their brain rests while the other half stays alert. If the right hemisphere sleeps, the right eye stays open. This way, dolphins can nap without being shark snacks. Multitasking level, God tier. Why didn't the Queen of England need a passport? Because passports are issued in her name. So she didn't need one herself. Plus, she's the only Brit legally allowed to drive without a license. Basically, the Queen was her own DMV. Why are veins blue if blood is red? It's an optical illusion. Skin and fat scatter light. Red light penetrates deeper, blue doesn't. So the veins look bluish from the outside. Slice it open, please don't, and you'll see red blood. Why were Japanese suicide bombers called kamikazes? Centuries ago, typhoons destroyed Mongol invasion fleets. The Japanese saw the storms as divine winds, kamikaze. In World War II, the term returned for suicide pilots. Not divine this time, but still destructive. Why do calculators and phones have opposite number layouts? Calculators descended from cash registers, where numbers were bottom-up. Phones descended from rotary dials, where numbers were top-down. When buttons replaced dials, the layout stuck. So now we have two number systems designed to confuse you. Why are sweet foods sticky? Because sugar molecules love water. They bind together, forming hydrogen bonds, which gives you that sticky mess in honey or jam. Sweetness equals glue. Why are extroverts and introverts perfect partners? Extroverts bring energy, introverts bring calm. One drags you out to party, the other keeps you from jail. Yin and yang, Netflix and chill. Balance. Why is night vision green? Night vision amplifies light and projects it onto a phosphor screen. Green is chosen because the human eye detects it best and it's least tiring over long periods. So yes, soldiers see the world like a matrix filter. Why are coin edges notched? Back when coins were made of gold or silver, fraudsters shaved off edges to steal metal. Sir Isaac Newton, yes, that Newton, invented notched edges so tampering was obvious. Genius move. Why do babies have 70 more bones than adults? Babies start with about 270 bones. Many are soft and separate to make birth easier and growth faster. Over time, they fuse into about 206 adult bones. Basically, babies are born with spare parts. Why do women blink more than men? It's true, women blink nearly twice as often. Scientists say it's because their nervous systems are more impulsive, plus emotional expression plays a role. Men blink less until you ask them about their ex. Why do we drink tequila with salt and lemon? Salt shot lime. This ritual isn't random. Salt dulls tequila's harshness, lime balances the flavor, and together they create that signature kick. Without it, tequila would taste like liquid regret. Why do men and women hear differently? Women detect higher pitches better, making them more sensitive to tone changes. Translation, they know when you're lying. Men are better at locating sound direction, which historically helped in hunting. So yes, women hear the baby cry first, men point to the crib. And there you have it, every strange, hilarious, and mind-bending why you didn't know you needed answered. From ants surviving skyscrapers to scorpions with blue blood, from zebras kicking lions to Louis Vuitton burning bags, the world is one big why. And now you've got the answers. So, the real question is, why aren't you subscribed yet? Hit that button, because the next why might just change the way you see the world.